World Habitat Day was established to raise greater awareness on very important issues of urban dimension. And each year, a theme is selected. This year, cities and climate change is a theme that will be discussed around the world and in this room as part of the celebrations.
October 2011 brings with it the 7 billionth person into our planet. And this year, World Habitat Day falls at the same time, October 3rd. This year, the United Nations is holding a high-level conference focusing on the pressures of a growing population, urbanization challenges, and the overarching issues and threats of climate change.
The nexus between urbanization and climate change is real and potentially deadly. Cities are centers of industrialization and sources of emissions, but they are also home to solutions. More and more municipalities are harnessing wind, solar, and geothermal energy, contributing to green growth and improving environmental protection.
This is what we need: commitment, goodwill, to deal with disasters, to deal with problems which are affecting the life of people, humanity. I think with the upcoming two important UN conferences, the climate change and Rio +20, I think we should really work together and focus on dealing how to solve the problems.
According to UN Habitat, the world's cities are responsible for up to 70% of harmful greenhouse gases, while occupying only 2% of its land, highlighting the urgent message that urban centers have become the real battleground in combating climate change. The UN reports that 60 million people live within 1 meter of sea levels and therefore face serious threats from storm surges.
We estimate that for the year 2050, there could be as many as 200 million environmental refugees worldwide, many of whom will be forced from their homes by rising sea levels and the increased frequency of flooding and also drought in other parts. The impact of climate disruption will be particularly severe in low elevation coastal zones, where many of the world's largest cities are located.
Let's find what worked so well in the past and adapt it to what will work in the future, rather than imagining that we have to start from scratch.
Under-Secretary General Klaus noted that social, economic, and political actors within cities must become key players in developing strategies such as scaling up mitigation and adaptation to deal with climate change, given that most global consumption occurs in cities. And in his statement, Mr. Ban reaffirmed the UN's commitment to a more sustainable future by putting greater focus on addressing climate change, the world's cities, and beyond. Experts here today on World Habitat Day said that this is a political moment, requiring the consensus and support on national and international levels in order to build and protect cities and mitigate climate change. Afaf Kanja for South South News at the United Nations.